everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time to take on the side quests of Kurth's Western Highlands and wrap those up. Before we begin, we have one side quest to do here in Ishgard, which should unlock all the side quests that are available to us in the Western Highlands. And one note before we begin, we're running an experiment today. I think I know what's causing the frame drops. Unfortunately, it is very irritating to test. It never happens to me when I'm doing just a test recording that's not intended to go to anyone else. But it's when I'm recording an actual episode that it starts dropping frames after about 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm running an experiment. I think I know what is causing the frame drops. So I have set my computer up to cause the frame drops. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on OBS. And the moment it starts dropping frames, I'm going to give it a moment just to make sure, let it settle into a really bad state. And then I'm going to make one little change to hopefully stop the frame drops. Hopefully. And if I'm right, I will know what's causing it, and I will be able to stop it from ever happening again. I have my CPU usage at a minimum. I have limited the bitrate. So CPU should not be an issue. Hard drive should not be an issue. I've done everything I can, except for this one little change, and we're gonna see if this works. Because I'm getting real tired of it. It started right after we finished base game Heavensward, and it's been really irritating. The languid noblewoman lets out a long, despondent sigh. Oh, woe is me! My dear brother has disappeared. He left the house without so much as a word and never returned. I'm ever so worried. I know not what to do. I've searched high and low, but there's simply no sign of him. He must have left the Holy See altogether, but he has no friends outside the city. The only person he knows is Redwald at Vulcan's Nest. Please, if you happen to see Redwald, ask him if he knows what's become of my brother. I'm ever so worried. Please tell him how worried I am. I'd make the journey myself, but I know I wouldn't last a minute out there in the wild. Alright then. Onwards we go to Vulcan's Nest. Let's go track down her missing brother. Alright, Redwald! We need your assistance. I don't think she actually gave us a name. Oh well. Oh, her brother? Yes, he's here in Kurthis. I last saw him at the Convictory. He was in an utterly foul mood. The lad is of noble blood, but with two older brothers, he is hardly first in line for the inheritance. He came out here to secure his own future by earning fame and glory slaying dragons. Also, forgot to switch into the warm clothes. Alright, let's go track down this brother. Onwards to the Convictory. Here we are at the Convictory. I will note this last set of Kurth's Western Highland quests becomes available once you have cleared the vault, I believe. Alright, hello there. Your sister is quite worried about you. This place shall be the death of me. Whatever made me think I could survive out here? It's utterly freezing. And I have to stoke the campfire myself? What poor joke is that? Where are the servants? Yes, she's my sister. Why do you ask? She is worried sick about you. Also, you are very entitled. She's worried about me? I think she just misses having me around to boss about. Like hells I'm going back there. I full well intend to stay here and make a name for myself as a renowned dragon slayer. Then we'll see who bosses who around. Who bosses whom around? And this unlocks all of the remaining side quests for the Western Highlands. Where do we want to start? Let's start with... We're doing all of them, so let's start with Margit. Margit is in the middle of a heated discussion. We will try it eventually. You'll have my answer once we do. Do you realize that your unit is a laughingstock at the Convictory? I will only wait so long for your answer. Did your mother never tell you not to eavesdrop? But seeing as you're already listening, do you think you could help me out with something? Dominiak is my commanding officer. I don't know what he's been plotting lately, but we haven't been sent out to hunt Dravanians for quite some time now. Every night the other units come back with more notches in their spears, and we're just sitting around doing nothing. The longer we wait for orders from Dominiak, the more we get left behind. So we've decided to stop waiting. I'm planning to gather the troops and head out on our own to get a few kills under our belts. Do you think you could lend a hand? Ayleth here can fill you in on the details. She can seem a little odd sometimes, but she's a good girl. Dominiac, eh? Now there's a familiar name. Yes, I'm Ayleth. Who are you? I am Satora. I helped out your commander Dominiac a while back. Understood. I was just about to gather the troops. A scout from another unit just got back. He says they were attacked by a dragon, a big one. This is our chance at a good kill. They were attacked at Red Rim to the south. Let's go. I see we're just gonna hop right into fighting then. I'm curious why Dominiac is holding back from getting into any fights with dragons. If I remember correctly, it wasn't exactly the easiest go of fighting those dragons off, but we did secure a victory eventually. Though that was a while ago. A long while ago. Oh dear. Well, I can tell this went well. This went very well indeed, didn't it? Ayleth, are you alright? The scouts were attacked near here. Some of them were killed. Find one. Ah, that was one of the scouts then. Fair enough. And an amphitheater appears. Hello there. I've decided to let myself start using the level 61 and higher abilities, just to speed up some fighting a little bit. Not like we're going to be using these abilities much longer, based on some announcements. By the time we get to Stormblood, all of our level 61 plus abilities are gonna be gone. Well, kind of. I'm going to be choosing not to use them. We'll get into that when we get to it. But yeah, we've got some nice abilities involving Dark Knight's Gauge, which we fill up from using our main combo. Blood Spiller, nice single target attack. Quietus is the AoE equivalent, spends 50 of our gauge. What else do we have? Dark Missionary is a party-wide mitt. Delirium is an upgrade to Blood Weapon, which gives us free uses of Blood Spiller or... Where'd you go? Oh, it's up here. Blood Spiller or Quietus. What else? We don't have the Blackest Night yet. We need to finish the Stormblood job quest to get that, unfortunately, which sucks because that means you'll never get to see one of the most fun abilities that Dark Knight has. That and Living Shadow. Though Living Shadow we'll get if we hit level 80 before we hit Stormblood. There's stuff happening in the game. It's exciting. Did you find a dead scout? I did. Right over there, and was attacked by an amphitheater when I found it. A dragon? By yourself? That's your kill. You get the credit, but tell me how you did it. I must grow stronger. I must rise above the fools inhabiting this realm. Jeez! Pretend you didn't hear that. Take that dragon fang back to market. I'll deal with the scout's body. Someone's a little on the eccentric side. Alright, back to the Convictory then. Margit, I return! Ayleth is definitely a bit of a weird one. Ah, welcome back. Something tells me you have a present for me. I got my own kill! A dragon's fang! That's quite an achievement. You clearly know how to handle yourself in a fight. Yeah, I killed Needhog once. I'm gonna kill him again soon, but this fang is smaller than what I'd been led to expect. Perhaps the dragon you slew is not the one that attacked the scouts. Fair enough. It was a rather easy dragon. Margit needs our help again. Oh yeah, these are very out-of-date quests, of course. I've been examining the dragon fang you recovered. I'm quite sure that the beast you slew was not the one that attacked the scouting party. The survivor's report describes a dragon far too large to be the source of this fang. And from how Ayleth's report describes it, several of the dead convictors are unaccounted for. The beasts in the mountains will make short work of unattended bodies, but we must do what we can to confirm these soldiers as deceased for their family's sake. Return to Red Rim and hunt down the nearby Slate Yetis. Try to find anything that we can identify as belonging to these fallen troops. Ayleth is on her way to Falcon's Nest to assist with the funeral proceedings. Take what you find to her there. I will let her know to expect you. Alright, back up to Red Room we go. Thankfully, we don't need to fly that far into Red Rim to find plenty of Slate Yetis. And now they get to all die. There's one. We need to kill 5 of them, damn. Lots of Yetis to kill then. And let's get Juniper back out. Okay, there's 3. Let's go for this one and that one, I think. Ooh, bad time to use Delirium. My mistake. It's fine. These aren't exactly a threat. Ideally, you want to use... The ideal rotation for Dark Knight is use your regular combo to get to 100 of your gauge, which I'm noticing is misaligned slightly. Oh god, that's going to bother me. Not that one. This one. Is that lined up? There we go. Sorry, I like things to be pixel perfect aligned. But yeah, the ideal is get your gauge up to 100 by using your regular combo. Then use Bloodspiller once, and then... Sorry. Get to 100, then do Hard Slash, Siphon Strike, Bloodspiller, Delirium, Soul Eater, and then spam your Bloodspiller until you're out of gauge. And that should give you a nice 3, 4... 6 uses of Bloodspiller, I want to say? Without wasting any gauge. Packed into a really tight window. It can be a very good source of damage. Ayleth, hello! I've been apprised of the situation. Give me what you found. Yeah, I've got plenty of scraps. Judging from the numerous tears and bite marks, the previous owner of this chainmail did not make it out of the suit alive. Thank you, I'll make sure it reaches their families. How can I earn glory when assigned with such petty busy work? They won't be bossing me around when I... Pretending you didn't hear that. Report back to market. Your mission is complete. Okay, you're actually concerning me a little bit. Like, this is a little bit more than just a little bit out there. You're clearly scheming something. You're a bit of a chuny, in a concerning way for a Convictor. Hello, Margit! Ayleth continues to concern me. Ah, back already. I hope you didn't run into any problems. I didn't. That's good to hear. As soon as Ayleth returns, we can get to work improving our tactics for the next battle. She should be back soon. Alright, then all we have to do is wait. Alright, that's enough waiting. Margit is growing increasingly worried about Ayleth. Ayleth left Falcon's Nest quite some time ago, but I still see no sign of her. I hate to say it, but I think she went back to where you fought that last dragon. I got a really bad feeling about this. Do you think you could head up to Red Room and make sure she's alright? She's gonna try and fight a dragon on her own. It's not gonna be pretty. I am calling it now. She is too obsessed with glory. It is not a good trait, and yet a very common one here in Ishgard. But it leads to foolish, reckless decisions, as we have seen countless times. Alright, there she is. Looks like she is potentially injured, as to be expected. Not dead. That's a relief. I failed. Failed! It's not safe here. Run! You really think a wyvern's gonna hurt me? I killed Needhog once, and I'm going to do it again. I didn't even get to use my, Delirium properly. Such a beast slain before my eyes. I envy your strength. I used the dragon you slew to attract a stronger one. To hell's with the plan, I thought. That's a familiar plan. But it bested me. I was too weak. Why? Why am I so weak? Too weak to change this god's damnation. Too weak to... I want to hear more. Pretend you didn't hear that. Please give me the dragon's fang. I will deliver to Margit. Alright. The fang, please. I will deliver it to Margit. I have it right here. Thank you. I'll head back now. Okay. She wants to gain status so she can change something about Ishgard. And there's a lot to change about Ishgard. I'm curious what that is. But also, if she wants to be the one to hand the fang over, I think she's about to steal some credit. Margit! Has Ayleth not returned yet? Finally, you're back! Did you find Ayleth? Yeah, she took a dragon fang from me and left to find you. Ayleth really is impatient to prove herself, but she has her reasons. Her lover was murdered by a nobleman. You can see why she's not happy with Ishgard as it is. I can't say I completely disagree with her, else I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a lowborn who didn't share the sentiment in one way or another. Heh, I guess we're all like the heretics in our own way. I should probably stop talking. I hate to think what might happen to me if a nobleman overheard. Any road, thank you for finding Ayleth. Yep, that makes sense. I am willing to help in whatever way I can. In fact, I am already working on this. Margit wants to know where Ayleth is. So where is Ayleth anyway? You said you found her, but I still haven't seen her. She said she was gonna come bring the tooth to you. Huh? She took the dragon fang and headed back here before you? Well, she never came back here. What's she playing at this time? Please, head back to Red Rim. It's the last place she was sighted. Maybe she's still around there somewhere. Please hurry. Oh, goodness. What is her scheme? Is she gonna try and draw an even bigger dragon somehow using that tooth? She lost to the one the tooth came from. What is she thinking? Okay, so I think... No, I don't think this is the wyvern I killed. It's got too many arrows and spears left in it. What happened here? Oh, goodness. Alright, Archaeornis. Let's deal with you. Figure out where the hell Ayleth is. There is no sign of Ayleth anywhere. Awesome. Okay, so we've got a wyvern corpse, the Kang one with many arrows and spears in it, and a sword I saw, and no Ayleth. What the hell? I probably shouldn't let the Convictor see me riding in on Filiar, but what are they gonna do about it? Oh, that's two dragons riding into the Convictory. Oh dear. Oh no. Did you find Ayleth? Was she there? No, but there was a decaying wyvern. No sign of her. I see. What in the seven hells is she thinking? Do you have any clue? Margit wants to try a new strategy for finding Ayleth. We'll never find Ayleth if we don't even know where to look. Ask the troops around the Convictory. See if anyone has seen her. Alright. Let's interrogate. Has anyone seen Ayleth? Ayleth? She's that odd girl, yes? I've not seen her lately, no. Why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure yet. Well, we sure can't find her. Oh, Ayleth. I thought nothing of it, but it's been quite a while since I last saw her. It's not unusual for soldiers on a mission to be away from the camp for some time. Okay, she just has not been anywhere near camp then. How about you, scouts? Have you seen anything? Ayleth? Yes, I was just on patrol. I saw her walking around with some noblemen. The two of them were out to the northeast, out towards the North Star. She was with a nobleman? Oh, shit. Okay, I think I know what her plan is. Go, 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 go. All the way out there. As fast as we can. Because I want to help! Now arriving near the North Star... Ayleth, are you planning to kill a nobleman? If so, can I help? At least with burying the body. Chasing me down for the Dragon Fang? You're too late, I don't have it. I tried to trade the Fang with a nobleman. He offered me power, status. Okay, that's another way to do it, I guess. I was a fool, he tricked me. Took the Fang from me, I have nothing to show for it. My beloved was framed for theft by a nobleman. The trial was a farce, trial by combat. The nobleman died, instantly, painlessly in the calamity. That's when I realized you can't change this world except from the top. I have to climb higher. I have to raise my status through merit. I have to... You don't have to! Ayleth, you're no different to me. I want to change this rotten nation too. And I'm frustrated by how slow Dominiac is to take action. But he explained to me that change doesn't have to come from the top. Even from the bottom of society we can bring about change. Even with what little power we have, if we work together, we can make a difference. Please, Ayleth, will you fight with me? Help me change Ishgard. We may not be noble shining dragoons, but we can do it. Margaret, I thought I was alone. I was so focused on changing the world, I didn't see the allies by my side. Let's fight together, Margaret. Thank you for all your help, Adventure. Please meet us back at the Convictory. I'd like to speak with you further, but not out here in the middle of the cold in the wilderness. Okay, all's well that ends well, it seems. We got Ayleth to refocus a little bit. Maybe consider a bit of a smarter course of action. Okay, we're gonna start dropping frames soon. My computer is getting ready, I can tell. Yep. It's getting ready, and it looks like my theory might be correct. Alright, I'll be back in a minute when I get to the Convictory. Okay, it hasn't started dropping frames yet, but it is getting closer. I'm watching the stats, and it is inching ever closer. I'm gonna risk finishing the quest now. No, Dominiac, I don't need a triple triad fight you. Hello again, and thank you again. Truth be told, I hardly feel I had the right to speak to Ayleth as I did. When you first approached me, I was speaking to a nobleman from another unit. He was asking me to abandon Dominiac's unit and join him. I was planning on doing it too. Dominiac never put me on the front lines where all the glory is. When I asked for your help to start killing dragons and gaining glory in combat, it was mostly to see how Dominiac would react. I decided that if I proved myself completely capable in frontline combat and he still left me in the support unit just handling supplies, I would leave his unit and take the other nobleman up on his offer. But while we were searching for Ayleth, Dominiac said something to me that made me reconsider. He explained that any fighting force is made of frontline fighters and the troops behind that support them. The frontlines can never feel safe if they can't rely on their support to be there when needed. That's why he puts his strongest, most reliable troops in support positions. He's no fool. He has carefully considered where each soldier can do the most good. Once I realized this, I realized that there's no shame in supporting my unit. Just as warriors can make a difference from either the front or the rear of the battle, so too can we change Ishgard from either the top of society or the very bottom. I truly believe this and want to fight together with Ayleth to achieve it. It is a pity that we lost the dragon tooth to that nobleman, but we can let this drive us to gain even greater trophies from even greater dragons. Thank you again, Adventure. I am glad I was able to be of help here. Oh, it's teasing me. It's inching closer and closer, but it's not quite dropping frames yet. Dominiac wants to talk to us about his plans to attract dragons. Firstly, please let me apologize. The corpse of the wyvern you slew has been stolen. There's a place, the Dreaming Dragon, that holds great importance to the Dravanians. We placed the body there and waited for a great and powerful dragon, but none appeared. The corpse, however, disappeared. We can only assume that someone slipped in under cover of night and stole it. We're conducting an investigation now. If you'd be willing, we'd greatly appreciate your assistance. Please speak with Margaret for more information. Oh, goody. Well, I didn't kill that dragon necessarily to help slay a bigger dragon yet. I'm trying to end the war with the dragons, but I will help you figure out what happened. The investigation into the missing wyvern body. We already know who the bloody thief is. Do you remember the nobleman that stole the dragon fang from Ayleth? Well, it seems he found out about your plan and is doing what he can to interfere. Trying to steal another's achievements is really truly detestable. But be that as it may, we plan to try resolving this amicably, through negotiation. In fact, we've talked to the man already, and he's put forth his conditions. I imagine he wants to be put in charge of the operation, does he? Indeed he does. Dominiac, what would you have us do? Know that whatever you decide, you have the entire unit's unwavering support. Alright, Dominiac, what's the plan? This puts us in quite a difficult situation. We can't just let that man take credit for all our hard work, but we also have a duty to fight back against the Ravanian horde at all costs. I want this victory to belong to the troops that fight under my command, but we also can't let an opportunity like this, an opportunity to slay a great ancient dragon, pass us by. We're sure that this dragon we're fighting is one that is still loyal to Needhog, right? I think we all understand how you feel, Dominiac. Thank you. That makes this just a little bit easier. We have no choice but to meet his demands. I'll meet with this nobleman myself and tell him that we'll agree to his terms. Please find Saint Romao and let him know of this development. He has taken command of the unit and is at the Dreaming Dragon, leading the search for the slain wyvern. Alright, on to the Dreaming Dragon then. But seriously though, I really hope this isn't one loyal to Vidofnir or Brain. Oh my god! How are you losing names so easily? Well, since my brain has lost the name, the one that lives at Zenith. Hraesvelgr, god damn it. Sorry, I just needed to get the area name, I guess. As long as it's not one loyal to Hraesvelgr or Vidofnir, then it should be fine, but still. I'm nervous. We're trying very hard to get this peace treaty underway. So eager for glory. Look at them now. Gods, it's all gone to hells. Some idiot nobleman claiming to be in charge of the unit. He had the wyvern corpse with him, but before I could tell him what I thought of his claims... Yeah, we're gonna actually negotiate with him. I see. Well, that explains who the nobleman was and why he thought he was in charge. Dominiac is the type who would yield control if it meant slaying a dragon. Unfortunately, I fear the situation may have been complicated somewhat. For you see, while he and I were arguing, a huge monstrous dragon swooped down. An Ajatara, I think it was. Well, it had killed the nobleman before I could blink. Well, that's one problem solved. And as soon as it had arrived, it was flying away, with a dead wyvern in its claws. Ayleth is addressing the aftermath. Do you think you could lend her a hand? Sure. At least that's one problem solved. This sucks, though. This corpse was the nobleman that tricked me. He turned tail, tried to save himself. Oh! Yeah, no, that checks out. He tried to make off with the dragon bone. See if you can't find it. If you do, take it back to Dominiac. Well, that's karma for you. Back we go. Good luck cleaning up this mess. We'll see if we can track down the dragon and slay it. I swear, it knows I'm trying to run a test, and that's why it's not dropping frames. That is the entire reason it is not dropping frames. Now, it could be that just the very plain white of the Curth's Western Highlands is helping reduce the stress enough to cause it to not drop frames, but like, it knows I am trying to test and figure out exactly what's going on. That's why it's not dropping frames. I'm getting this is the most infuriating tech issue I've ever had. So, the nobleman's dead. And Ajatara attacked the nobleman? That explains it then. We just received word that a large detachment of the Ravanian horde is headed towards the Convictory, and they're being led by a large and ancient dragon. It must be a retaliatory attack by the Ajatara. We must do something about it, but we're not ready to fend off an attack of that size just yet. Perhaps that wyvern bone could attract the Ajatara and draw the force that leads away from the Convictory. Here, I've placed a mark on your map. Take the bone in there and distract the Ajatara. That should buy us the time we need to mobilize our forces, strengthen our defenses, and meet the Ravanian horde head-on. Alright, well... The metrics have climbed close enough that... Oops. Excuse me, just dropping my controller because I am clumsy and don't have very good grip in my hands. I'm tempted to just do the test now, even though it's not dropping frames, see if the metrics move back in a favorable direction. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Immediate! Oh my god, immediate improvement! Holy shit, yep, I got it. Okay, let's progress this quest real quick, and then I will explain exactly what the issue was. This is the stupidest fucking issue I've ever seen. Oh god, okay. Alright, so while we are waiting for the dragon, actually while we are fighting the dragon, so the issue was, I had my file browser open while I was recording videos. How could that possibly cause horrible frame drops like we were experiencing? Well, while the file browser was open, it was trying to generate thumbnails for the video as it was being recorded and written to the drive. So while a ton of footage was being written by my recording software, it was also trying to read from that same file and process it and generate a thumbnail, which it was continuously trying to regenerate every time the file updated, which is absolutely constantly. And as the file gets bigger and the video gets longer, it takes more and more effort from the file browser to actually generate the video thumbnail. So eventually, it hits a point where it just starts spiraling out of control, and OBS starts just dropping frames like mad, trying to keep up, because the file browser has basically taken complete control of the file. Computers are stupid! Computers are really stupid! So, new rule. Make absolutely sure that the file browser is closed while I'm recording. And what I was doing to make sure to observe how the performance was doing and how close it was to dropping frames, OBS has a metric that shows you how long it takes to render a frame, and above 16.67 milliseconds, you're going to be dropping frames at 60 FPS. At 50 FPS, you can go up to 20 milliseconds. I was watching it, normally when I'm recording, it hovers around 2 to 3 milliseconds. But as I was recording, that was inching up, and it was starting to hit like 8 to 10 milliseconds with 6 milliseconds at the low end. The moment I closed the file browser, it went from 6 milliseconds down to 2. So, very obvious and immediate drop, and it's holding steady there now, so problem solved! I fucking hate technology. Good work. With the time you bought us, we were able to prepare a defense and drive off the Horde's attack. Did you recover the wyvern bone? I did. The giant femur of a wyvern. How you expect this to fit into your traveler's bag is a mystery best left for another time. I can't believe the problem was that fucking simple. I'm actually pissed. It seems the bone was effective bait. What happened to the Ajatara? Killed it. Effortlessly, honestly. It was not that strong. Ha! Why did I even ask? You only needed to slow the thing down, but I suppose I should have expected no less from the woman that slew the primals. We need to inform the Holy See of what has happened, both of the unfortunate accident that befell one of their nobles, and of the glorious victory over the Ravanian horde shared by yourself and both yourself and my unit. I can only hope that this victory will draw attention to the fighting strategy that allowed it, the cooperation between the front line and the logistical troops supporting them. It will change the way the Convictors fight. It would make this place not for fallen nobles and starving paupers to run to, but the home of an elite fighting force gloriously defending Ishgard from the Ravanian onslaught. Ah, so this was your plan all along. This is but one step in a much greater plan, and it was a step that someone like Sir Emmerich, someone far removed from the actual fighting itself, is not able to take. Step by step, we can change Ishgard for the better. That is my goal. One winnable battle at a time. A sound strategy. Though the bigger victories are certainly tempting as well. I'll be fighting at your side, Dominiac, for Ishgard and for you, and more than anything else, for myself. You're loyal, Margaret, and that's a good thing. It's for the loyalty of troops like you that I'm here. You know, I don't see Saint Romao or Ayleth around. You should probably try and find them. I think they'd be glad to know that you're safe. Alright, back to the Dreaming Dragon then. Or they showed up at camp. Hello, Ayleth! You keep looking at your hand, Ayleth. What's the matter? It's a ring. It was left to me by a woman I cared for during the aftermath of the calamity. She would look at it when she knew she was dying. She told me that seeing it let her know she was still alive. Wait, that ring! The seal on the ring! It's the coat of arms of my house! The woman you cared for, that was my mother! Your nobility? Nobility? No, well, technically I suppose I am. My father was a knight in service of House Halenar, but after the great failure at the Steel Vigil, after the dishonor of failing in his mission, he was stripped of his rank. The shame was all too great for him, and he took his own life. Left with neither money nor prestige, my mother fled. And you, it seems, cared for her at the end. But what are you doing here? To be honest, I came here looking for a noble death. Filled with hatred for Ishgard, for the nobility, for my family, I was ready to give up. But this last great battle has made me reconsider. Me too. Growing up in the Broom, I hated all those things and more. Do you think we can do it? Change Ishgard, that is. A pauper and a nobleman working together. I think we can one day, but even now you and I are here together speaking as equals. Just as I have changed my mind, so too might this nation and its people change. Wouldn't you agree? I think so. I've already seen quite a bit of change. We still have much to work at. One day those at the bottom will bring about change in those at the top. Until that day, hold on to that ring, Ayleth. So yeah, I think this brings together 3 separate quest lines, I want to say? Delightful. What an incredible coincidence. Maybe even fate, perhaps. Whatever it may be, if Saint Romao and Ayleth are going to work together for the sake of the future, that's enough for me. Thank you yet again for all your assistance and cooperation. Margaret is busy taking stock after the battle, but she too deeply appreciates all you've done for us. I hear that even Emmerich has expressed his thanks to you. I doubt I can ever fully repay you for all you've done, but if you ever need our help, I will gladly do what I can. Alright, I want critical hit. Alright, I'll be back in a moment for us to move on to the next set of quests. Oh goodness, that was a long quest line, but we still got 8 left to go. We're making progress. Just got 8 more to go. Alright, I return with refilled water and a bunch of relief. A heart full of relief. That I have finally solved this fucking frame drop issue. Watch. I'm gonna start dropping frames again in like the next few days. It's gonna be so fucking infuriating. Let's go with... Who do I want to go with next? Let's go with Lucia. Lucia is looking for assistance in securing the Convictory's supply lines. Oh, perfect timing. I was just looking for a reliable hand. I was expecting a delivery from the Holy See, but it never arrived. It seems a nearby nest of Archaeornis has been attacking the caravans, stopping them from getting here. The merchants aren't fool enough to send their goods unguarded, but their mercenary escorts can't handle an entire brood of dragons. If you were to slay 3 of the beasts, though, that should thin their numbers enough that they'd no longer pose a serious threat. We're going dragon slaying again! Alright, off we go to the east. Ooh, way out there. Alright, arriving just outside of the Hemlock. We've got plenty of Grand Archaeornis around here to slay. So let's get to it. I'll just go ahead and kill 3 of them and I'll meet you back at the Convictory. This has already been a long one. Let's try and speed it up a little bit. Hello there, Lucia. I come to you with good news. The dragons went down easy. Thank you for taking care of those horrid beasts. Caravans should now be able to make their way here unmolested. All that's left is the matter of convincing those cowardly merchants that the path is safe. Don't worry though, I should be able to handle that much myself. Alright, next up, we're gonna go for Puriquo. You're over in this, Purique, you're over in this corner. Purique has a devilish glint in his eye. Good evening, my lady. If it pleases, might you be so kind as to help me out with something? I'd be right indebted if you'd retrieve some Zoblin shells for me. There's ice Zoblins in the area. You could get the shells from them. I need at least 3 of them. Alright. Looks like we're heading south on top of Red Rim. Got it. Here's the ice Zoblins. Just the little Koblin type enemies. We'll kill 3 of them, and then, as before, I'll meet you back with the... I'll meet you back at the Convictory. We're gonna try and keep this fast. Hello again, Purique. I bring you your Zoblin shells. Have you got those Zoblin shells, my lady? I got them right here. Almost entirely covered in ice crystals, this Zoblin carapace remains cold to the touch long after being removed from its former owner. Oh, now these are marvelous. These are? Thank you so much. You see, I found some old cannons down at Camp Riversmeet. They were in the right state when I found them, but I've been fixing them up. Of course, I ain't got any cannonballs to fire out of them. So you're improvising. But where there's a will, there's a way. These Zoblin shells are hard as iron, and if you break them just right, you can leave a fiendishly sharp edge on them. Reckon if we fire that out of a cannon, it'll shred a dragon's wings to ribbons. Clever! Hope it doesn't damage the cannon too much. Next up, Gentilo. Gentilo appears to be plotting something. Oh, good to see you. You know, just this morning I had a marvelous idea, and you're just the woman to help me carry it out. Head out to the Slate Mountains and kill some of the Vinthers for me. 4 of them should be enough. Slate Mountains, we are heading up to the far north. Here we are, arriving at the Slate Mountains. We've got plenty of Vinthers, which are a type of Voidsen, it looks like. I'll go ahead and kill 4 of them and meet you back at the Convictory as before. Gentilo, I bring you your loot. What was it exactly that I was collecting from you? You didn't want me to collect anything, you just wanted me to kill them. You slammed them already? I knew I could count on you. With those creatures out of the way, I can move on to the next step of my plan. The mountains are littered with frozen dragon corpses, perfectly preserved. When I thaw them out, I should have no trouble in convincing everyone that I killed them myself. I'll be heralded as the greatest dragon slayer in the land. Just you wait, you pompous nobles, I'll show you all. I mean, that sure is a plan that you have come up with. These are earrings, no matter what I pick, I'm just gonna decent. Bonafoy, what are we gonna do about your friend over here? Bonafoy stares 1,000 yalms into the distance. My unit and I we were out hunting dragons at Red Rim. I was the only one to make it back. I need to pass on the bad news to their parents, but first, could you help me by gathering their things? Sure! Up the Red Rim? Ooh. Closer portion of Red Rim. How do you normally get up to Red Rim? Okay, looks like head out from the Convictor, you can head up this path here? Then it kind of looks like a dead end. You can't really jump up this. I'm not seeing any actual path to get up. I think we do need to fly to get up here. Okay, we've got some abandoned effects over here. I thought that was a bit of pottery at first, but no, it's just a snow-covered sack. Oh, here we go. More abandoned effects. We've got a sword. Might be closer to a dagger. No, it's long enough to be a sword. Definitely long enough to be a sword. Sometimes it's hard to tell in these 3D games. And we got a shield. God, I just had a thought. Imagine playing this game in VR. No, please don't. That would be so much freaking effort to implement. Actually, that could be a fun mod idea if someone was willing to do that. Terrifying, but potentially really fun. Were you able to... Did you have any trouble finding their things? No, I got them all. Thank you. These are definitely... I wouldn't have been able to get these myself. I would have ended up like them. Most of the troops here are just, they're all talk, you know? But those guys were really brave. It's just, we bit off more than we could chew. I'll return their things to their parents and tell them. I'll let them know that those men were brave and valiant to the last. Oh, this man's real fucked up. Yeah, you also try to get some therapy before you go back out. If you go back out. Alright, back to Falcon's Nest for the last 4, I believe. Actually, only 3 quests back in Falcon's Nest. because the last one is actually way up north. So we'll take care of that one last. First up, Redwald. What do you got for me, friend? Redwald needs our help with an investigation. Mr. Swansea, I have a request to make. If I may, my men and I keep a keen eye and constant eye on the heretics, and there is one investigation we are working on that we would like your help with. North of here lies the ruins of Hemlock. I have a man stationed at the gates there. Speak with him for further details. An investigation at Hemlock, huh? Alright, let's get going. Hello there, House Durandare Knights. What is this investigation we're looking into? So you're the woman Sir Redwald sent? Very good. We have received word that there are a number of heretics hiding in the ruins here. We suspect they are planning to establish a base of operations. Obviously, we cannot let that happen. We need you to infiltrate the ruins and confirm that the heretics are indeed hiding there. If they are, eliminate them. There should be 4 of them. Good luck. We're really still fighting the heretics? I thought we had peace with... I guess some of them might just be more directly following Needhog. Not all of them were following Izael. Alright, let's get to work. Apologies for this, we really are trying to get to peace with the dragons. I'm sorry that you are siding with an asshole who just will not accept that we are ready, that Ishgard is ready to apologize, mostly. Not everyone, but we're getting there. Ishgard is at the very least getting towards the point where they are accepting that they're the ones in the wrong. Please, please help us stop this fighting so no more have to die. Like you are dying right now. God, you're in bad shape. Okay. Go for you. But yeah, when I'm doing my full Dark Knight rotation, I like to, while I'm just slamming out a ton of Blood Spillers, I also try to weave in Carven Spit as well as some Edge of Darknesses. You can usually double weave on Dark Knight, so 1-2, hit, 1-2, hit. We'll get more off GCD abilities later on at higher levels that we can weave in. I believe I usually end up having a button on circle over here, so I go Blood Spiller, this, Blood Spiller, Carven Spit, this, Blood Spiller, this. You can't see it because there's nothing there, but I'm just going through my muscle memory. It's fun. I really like Dark Knight's burst window. It has a very busy burst window. But of course, things are changing coming in the next expansion, and I'm very excited for it. I'm just sad that I probably won't get to... You know what? I can still show Dark Knight's full rotation once we get there. I'm just probably going to be primarily not using that version. Unless they end up removing it like everyone thinks, which, like, they probably will, but whatever. We'll get to it! We will get to it, I promise. I'm very excited. It's just we don't have the full details yet, so it's hard to give much more than vagaries. Alright, Redwald, I talked all the way back. Good news, we dealt with the heretics. Thank you, Mr. Swansea. It seems you completed your mission without incident. Unfortunately, with each passing day, the heretics recruit more poor pawns to their contemptible cause. There are many forms of heretic. While some are men of true conviction devoted to the Nirvanian horde, others are simply criminals who banded together and decided they have no choice, no place in Ishgard. Whatever their reasons may be, I cannot condone their actions, though there is no denying that life in Ishgard can be hard. I suppose that makes sense. The heretics aren't just people devoted to the horde. Alright, I believe next up we're gonna go for you. The old man in the lake. The troubled Elizin is troubled. Who could have possibly guessed? Have you ever been out to Oakham Landing? There's an old man there named Emmond. He's my uncle, and there's no good reason for him to be living out there with so many dangerous monsters. Do you think you might convince him to come here to Falcon's Nest and live here together with me? It'd be a fair sight safer. Sure, I can try and convince him to come here. Where is he? Riding Shiva's horse. Awesome. Oh, that's where the other quest is. Awesome. Alright, I will meet you with Emmons. Now arriving up at the lake house. Oh goodness, there really is just a house all the way out here. Hello, Emmons. Who are you and what do you want? I was sent by your son to send you up to Falcon's Nest. Get out of here. These days it's dangerous no matter where you go. This is my home. I have no intention of leaving now. If we abandon every place we think looks dangerous, there'd be nowhere left to live. If you think this place is so dangerous, why don't you go and make it a little safer? Kill 3 of those Tursuses, and then we'll talk. Emmons is also going to have the last quest we do in the Western Highlands. Alright, we got some Tursuses! Oh, these are elves. Or at least a variant of elves. Interesting. What are they doing all the way up here in the mountains? Because I thought those were primarily seafaring creatures. Just because I thought it, though, doesn't make it true. Alright, I meant good news. We've dealt with the Tursuses, thinned out the herd a little bit. Oh, you actually went and killed them. Well, thank you. But I'm still not leaving. You go and tell that to my nephew. It's far safer out here than it is at Falcon's Nest. Fine, I'll tell him. But first, before we go back, let's take care of it now. We're already here. Emmon is busy making something. You want to know what I'm making? It hardly matters. It's hardly of much use anymore. I suppose it's just my way of keeping myself busy. Be that as it may, it takes time to make, and I'd hate to see it destroyed. Do me a favor and get rid of some of those sleet traps wandering around here. Those bastards are always causing problems. If you killed 5 of the things, that would make it a lot easier for me to keep my home and belongings safe. Can do. The sleet traps are just going to be all along the shoreline over here. I'll kill 5 and I'll be right back. Alright, nice and easy, Emmons. I dealt with those sleet traps for you. Thank you. You think I'm crazy, don't you, staying in a place like this? Anyway, I suppose I should tell you what I'm making. Long ago, I used to recycle rigging and sell it to the ships that pass by here. I mean, it may not look it now, but this place was once a bustling hub of activity. Once all this ice melts, this place will be just like it was before. The ships will return and their crews will be queuing up to buy rigging from me. I need to be sure to have plenty of stock when that time comes. Huh. Like, obviously there's a river here. Well, what? Why are we going up? That was weird. Obviously there's a big lake here, and a river, and a dam. But, like, we're up in the mountains. I would be very interested to follow that river and see where it leads. I guess there's also the river leading south to Greytail Falls and out this way. I'm curious where that all connects to in the rest of Eorzea. Does it run out to sea? Did Ishgard have access to shipping via water routes? If so, Ishgard got fucked by the calamity, dear God! Anyways, back to Falcon's Nest. Alright, hello there. Bad news, your father is not coming to Falcon's Nest. Were you able to convince my... Sorry, uncle. God, how did I get that confused? My uncle to leave that awful place and come and live here? Absolutely not. So he truly has no intention of moving. That place is clearly very important to him. We shall just have to wait and see. Please, take this as remuneration for your efforts. You may not have convinced him to leave, but at least you made him a little safer by dealing with some of those monsters. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm sorry I was not able to completely fulfill the job. Alright, the very, very last quest in the Western Highlands. After this, the Highlands are cleared out. In fact, I believe that'll be every single Kurthus quest in the game. Other than Ishgard. Ingrid seems somewhat uneasy. You're still looking to help out. I'm sorry, but there's not really anything we need. Wait, no, yes, there is something you can do for me. So apparently someone saw a bunch of sorbets wandering around nearby. There aren't supposed to be sorbets living around here, but if these rumors are true, we'll need to kill them off quickly before they get out of hand. Please look into this for me. Whoever saw the creatures must be around here somewhere. See if you can find them and confirm their story. I mean, there was a fate around here... Here. Where we fought some sorbets. That's still a little ways off from Falcon's Nest. Maybe some of them wandered close? You're asking if I saw sorbets nearby. I'm curious to know what prompts you to ask such a question. Besides, nobody I tell actually believes me anyway. But I'm sure they were sorbets. I saw them wandering around Red Rim just south of the Convictory. But we can't just let them be. Those things multiply so quickly, so it won't be long before the snowfields are filled with those disgusting creatures. Please kill some of them. Killing 4 should be enough for now. Just to keep their numbers down so they don't get out of hand. You know what? I think I have seen those up on Red Rim. Let's get up there and get to fighting. Oh, those are further than I thought. I thought they were going to be over here. Yeah, I'll meet you over there. Just south of the Convictory, indeed. No, there are plenty all over the top. We don't need to go all the way over there, but we did all anyways. Hello! Frozen corpse of a dragon. Delightful. Alright, sorbets, let's get to work. I'll kill 4 of them, and I'll meet you back at the Falcon's Nest to finish this up. Ingrid, bad good news, good bad news. The sorbets were real, and I dealt with them. So there really were sorbets nearby. Thank you for thinning their numbers. That should keep them in check long enough for us to send a squad to make sure they're fully eliminated. I shall have to notify Sir Redwald immediately. But there's not supposed to be any sorbets around here. I guess we were just misinformed, unless... But whatever the case, we clearly need better reconnaissance and intelligence. Alright, you think somebody lied to you. Fun. Alright, that is it. There are no more quests in Kurthus. We have done them all. We are clear. And we even unlocked a triple triad match, which I'll have to get to in the miscellaneous episode. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV. So I hear you've been missing a certain gentleman. I know I have. It's gonna be fun to see him again. I'll see everyone next time for that.